Good evening, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to The Witcher Wild Hunt for continuation of our relaxed playthrough. Good evening, I hope you're well. We're back this evening for 2 hours as we continue on. Last Saturday was the last time we streamed this, and we made it back to Skellige as we began the battle preparations for the final big mission in the game, although we have lots more stuff to do once it's done. We finished off the stream last time by learning more about Avallac'h, I was going to say the wizard. I don't quite think he's a wizard. But he's been looking after Ciri, trying to make her safe, but we learned a lot of his secrets at the end of the last stream. We don't think his intentions are true. But we're in it too far now to kind of get rid of him. We need him to help. So we continue on. For those that don't know, this is our relaxed playthrough, so this is something we don't look for. We don't hunt trophies. We don't, go out of our way to find special weapons. Not that we do that on anything, to be fair. The whole idea behind this is we try and do every single mission we can in the game, and just learn and listen to every story in the game. Enjoy it from that point of view, rather than worry about trophies or special weapons, best gear, all that kind of stuff. It is just relaxed playthrough. We just enjoy the game for what it is, many missions as possible. And once we've done all the missions of the main game, we've got the DLC to do, or both DLCs to do, in fact, afterwards. That is the plan. There's still lots of exploring to do. There's a lot of places on the map we've still not been to. They will have missions for us to do as well. So there's going to be lots to do once we finish the way it's going. And just because we've tried to do everything as naturally as possible. What does it sound? So when I say as naturally as possible, we've kind of focused on main story, and then before we move on to an area, we complete all the missions below the main story level. And that's kind of been our relaxed way of playing it and making sure we do everything as much as possible in every area. There's still places we've not been. There's still much more to do. This is a long ongoing series they've been doing for quite a while now. The plan is, once we finish this, we'll look at another long game, but a relaxed game, so something like Red Dead Redemption 2, Skyrim, something like that. Something that we can just relax, play through, not worry about how long it takes, and just enjoy the story for what the story is. Right, let's load in, and we'll have a quick recap of the story so far.
The king of the Wild Hunt sailed aboard the Naglfar, a giant longship that traveled between worlds. As Skjalls had advised, the Witcher set out to find the Sunstone, an artifact needed to draw Eredin into a trap.
That's one of the things I really like about this, is the way you get that recap as you load back in. Some games do it. Far Cry Primal did it as well, strangely enough. But it does, if you spend, we only play this every Saturday evening for 2 hours, so it's a slow process, but you can forget where you're at in the story if you're not careful, so it's quite nice having that reminder in a way. Okay. Good evening, how are you? That does sound slightly wrong, just so you're aware. Okay, so we currently are heading towards the Paddy Gap coast. We're actually in a laboratory where we discovered more about Avallac'h in the end of last stream. We've now got to go and meet Ciri outside. And then we've got, this is part of finding out if Avallac'h is hiding something. We're going to go and find the Sunstone, and we've also got to pick Frigilla up as well. This is all to do with this battle preparations. So that is what we've got to do. Weapon-wise and gear-wise, this is what we've got currently and what we're wearing. We actually have a steel sword ready to use. It's Witcher gear as well. We've just got to wait till we're high enough level to use it. Currently, we're using the blade from the bit steel sword and the anathema with the Ursine crossbow. We've got Maccahammon trousers, tracker boots, the Nilfgaardian guardsman gauntlets, and the Spike Roog Akaton. We're trying to get rid of the gauntlets and the trousers, but we just haven't found anything good enough to swap with. And our Griffin trousers aren't high enough level because we need to upgrade them yet. I'm not too bad, thank you. Not too bad at all. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm getting there. Slowly but surely. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure... Don't think there's anything else to look at in here. I think we did go and have a look at everything possible when we was last here. I'll take this. We don't steal anything, but this isn't stealing because it's Avalok. I don't think there's anything else in here to look at or pick up. We have already done all this in the end of the last stream. So let's head outside. We've got to speak to Ciri. We kind of ran out of time at the end of the last stream, and this was kind of where we had to finish. So we go and speak to Ciri. I'm just checking there's nothing else to look at or pick up. And then that potentially should finish this bit of quest line. We had to fight to get in here as well. But this should be Avalok's secret done. And then we can go to what we need to do next for battle preparations as well. Yennefer's here as well. Speak to Yennefer.
Let's see what Avalok's...
You're okay, well, that's good to hear.
Must we return to the boat right away?
Something else you want to see?
Not here. On Hindisfjall. In Lofoten. I met a young man, Skjalls. And I'd like...
You'd like what, Ciri?
What is it?
Ciri. Skjalls is dead.
Oh, yes. That was a friend of hers that saved her.
Everyone? No one survived?
Skjalls died later.
You sure it was him? You'd met him?
I was
We
there.
had.
I saw his body.
Will you visit his grave with me?
It's just the way it
I'd
sounded.
like to say goodbye.
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
Thank you.
I don't know where the grave is,
Could
but...
you open a portal to Hindisfjall?
I can.
Okay, let's go. We'll go with Ciri straight there.
Let's do this.
Come back soon, alright?
She wants to see the grave, we'll go with her. I don't know, I don't remember them burying him. Quest complete, Child of the Elder
Look
Blood.
around. Should be a relatively fresh grave mound.
Thank you for
We've
coming.
nearly got enough level up
I
to get
detest
to the
graveyards,
sword we've got in our gear
especially
waiting for us.
wandering them alone.
I'm guessing we're not going to be alone in this graveyard.
Let's look around together. Come on.
It's nice that she wants to visit his grave, knowing that he died.
Lasse, son of Njord. Olaf, son of Over. Inga, daughter of Trotnir. Damn it. He's not here. Skjalls has no grave. Geralt, I shan't leave until I bury him. Think, the body. What could have become of it?
They didn't burn it. Save that honor for kings and heroes. Doubt they left him in the garden, too.
We got to go and find out to the body.
What?
Beyond the village, there's a pit. They fill it with sheep taken by Blackleg. Crabs pick at their bones at night.
They didn't put it in the pit, surely. This is not a very nice quest. It is, there's the body. They threw the body in the pit, rather than bury him like he should have done. And we had a choice not to do this. Video update, sounds like you're back with your old trouble. Yeah, if the back didn't cause me issues, I'd have a better quality of life, that's the thing. Oh, it's alright, life comes first at the end of the day, so don't worry about that. Don't worry, I'm missing things. Life comes first. But yeah, the back needs to calm down. It's getting there, we're kind of getting on top of it, I think, to a degree. I'm also not pushing myself as much as I have been, so that's always a plus.
What are you doing? What you should have done long ago. We're burying Skjalls.
Burying Craven? You defy the right of the elders. Begone. Leave this place. You defile our laws.
I'm not sure your laws work with us.
We're not bound by them.
Aye, and you've clearly no respect for our customs either.
Got to make quick
Craven's
decisions,
place
as we've got a
is
timer
in
each
the
time.
ditch.
See who's going to hit him. There we go.
Skjalls saved your bloody lives. The Wild Hunt was after me. Had Skjalls not led me away then, why they would have reduced Lofoten to ash.
What would the spectres be wanting of some lass who...
I am not some lass. And anyone who so much as touches this grave will learn that the hard way.
She's got a temper.
None will disturb it. Desecrating graves, well, it's the only thing elders punish harder
Helvies,
than
good evening,
fleeing
how
the
are you?
battlefield. And what you said. Can't know the truth of it. The gods will judge Skjall now.
So they weren't happy about them moving Skjalls' body out of the pit. They soon back down once Ciri threw a punch. It's gonna weigh on her now, though, isn't it? I'm glad we picked to go with her.
No idea.
Well, they shouldn't spit on his name anymore.
Because I think we did right by Ciri by doing that. Obviously, you can miss that quest completely by just not doing it, by saying no, no time, which was the other choice. So yeah, we could have completely missed that quest. Which is why I like this relaxed playthrough, is just we can do things as we find them, and it just works that way. I'm not too bad, LVs, not too bad at all.
Back to the boat.
Yeah, it's all these little extra quests that you can easily miss and make different choices and miss completely. Whereas I like to see as much as possible. So sometimes, although sometimes your choice can actually mean you miss out on a whole world of quests because of it. Especially when you don't know what's going to happen next. Okay, we've got 2 more quests to do. I think it's 2 more for this one. So for battle preparations, we've still got to pick up Fringella from the Emperor's ship, which is Veni Vidi Vigo, and we've still got the Sunstone to do. I think we'll do Veni Vidi Vigo first. I'm not too sure how we're going to do this. We've got to sneak on to the Emperor's ship at night. So we're currently in the harbour here. The Emperor's ship is all the way over here. We can fast travel to the coast over there. That's probably the best bet. And then we can meditate till night time. Probably what we should do. What I'm thinking also, let's nip to the stash. Let's get rid of all the stuff we don't need on us. There's a few things we've got we don't need. Raining New Head, you sound like a Londoner. I'm definitely not a Londoner. I'm where I live now. I'm on the edge of Suffolk, Cambridgeshire, and Norfolk. Oh no, Suffolk, Cambridgeshire, and Essex is where I am now. But I grew up in Cambridgeshire. But yeah, definitely not a Londoner. I lived in London for a while, quite a while, in different places. Worked in London, but definitely not a Londoner. Okay, we've got the steel sword. We want to stick that in our stash. The Skellig longsword can be sold. I'm just thinking of weights. We've got a bit of space, to be fair. But let's head to the stash first. Drop off what we want, sell what we can, what we need to sell, and then we'll fast travel across. I think best bet. Or do we just fast travel now? Since the actual bit for fast travel is here, probably best to fast travel from here then. Actually. I don't think there's a stash over there, is there? No, not where we're heading to the Marlin coast. Okay, let's fast travel to the Marlin coast, just to get us closer to the ship. We've got plenty of space on us to pick stuff up if we do come across anything. Just under 100 weight, so we should be fine. I always panic that we're not going to have enough space to pick stuff up. That's always the thing. Right. Night, what time of day is it? Currently. So it's currently night time. It is 11:36 PM. So it is night time. This is when we're meant to sneak onto the ship. So we need a boat. And there's one handily just here. I've got to avoid the creatures in the air there. As you can see, they're going to come and get us if we're not careful. That's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to jump into the boat. Shall we try that again? Okay. So from here, we've got to try and get close to the boat without being seen. Just along here. And then sneak on board. So this is either going to go really badly or really wrong really quickly. What I might do is actually quickly throw in a manual save, because if we get caught and get killed, I don't know where it's going to put us back to. Normally you have to load your previous save, so I'd rather have a manual save to get back to. So we're going to try and sneak aboard the ship, although these are all their ships, which could prove tricky. because you can see the light on the front of one there. I don't know how we're going to do this without being seen. That's the thing. Because they can see me ahead of me now. I'm guessing they're not going to batter an eyelid that we're going past.
Shoot!
Wait, parley. Damn it.
Oh, they're all shooting. They're shoot. Yeah, we're dead. You know when I said about if we die, we might be dead. I need to leave the helm and try not to get shot. I also need to heal. Yeah, that didn't go very well, and that was me trying to sneak onto the ship. Ah, okay. I did think that might be an issue. We are healing slightly now. Yeah, that definitely wasn't the way to do that then. Let's try... Whatever happens, we need to sneak onto that ship without being seen. Hence the issue. So, by boat there, not a good choice, which means I think we're swimming. I'm going to keep going around the coastline for a minute. What was that? Something made a noise, I don't know what it was. There's lots of things in there. I think probably wolves, to be fair. Don't have to worry too much about them. Yeah, no, you're all good, you're all good. Your favourite video game character of all time? You've got to be the classics, like Mario, I suppose, is probably one of them, isn't it? Yeah, Mario's got to probably be up there with one of my favourite video game characters. To be fair, I really like Geralt of Rivia. I think Geralt's really cool. Right. So I'm not sure which of these ships is his. Obviously, we try and use a boat to get across. That didn't work. So now we need to get close and figure out which one we need to go to. Obviously, we need to be able to breathe on the water for quite a while, I think, to avoid being seen. I don't want to go up just yet. I want to see if we can get really close to the boat before we surface to get some air. Because I'm a little bit worried about being seen.
Why? There's nothing here but crags, harpies, plowing
Right. So this is the ship we need to get on. We need to sneak on this without being seen. This is the issue. And this is the Emperor's ship. Hence why you've got all these ships around it. Keeping watch, guard. We've somehow got to sneak on board. And I have no idea how we do this. So, I'm guessing there's not going to be a hole in the ship we can sneak into. So we've got to try and find, without being seen, a way up.
Keep him away from the ship.
How they've seen me. Hence why they're now all alerted.
We got him.
Oh, okay. We're dead. So they found us and killed us. Hence why I did the manual save, to be fair. I was concerned that could happen. We've got to find a way onto that ship. I think swimming is the right way. It's not being seen. So we know not to sail the boat close. What else have we got? We haven't really got anywhere else to... Only other way, possibly, is from over there. Potentially. And come that way across. Although I think swimming where we did wasn't too bad. It's where do we sneak on? We park the ship over here. Because we've somehow got to get Fringilla, a witch, off the ship. Obviously we can't get a boat close, so I don't know how she's getting off the ship once we get to her. Unless she makes a portal, maybe. Okay. So we know we can swim across and get pretty close by swimming. But I don't know how close we need to get to her, to the ship. The swimming close to it worked. We stayed by the back of the ship, and that was fine. It was when we tried to go around to try and get somewhere to go on. Got to be Cassandra from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. She was cool. I see. I didn't play as Cassandra, to be fair. Ellie from Last of Us. Yeah, Ellie was pretty cool. Aloy would probably be up there as well, to be fair. Right, we've got to dive underwater. Maybe we just need to be deep enough. Maybe I was too high when they saw us. Too high in the water. We stayed deeper. But we went to the back of the ship to gain air, and that was fine. No one saw us there. This may take a few attempts. I'm just not really sure the best way on. If you go to the rudder on the back, we'll try and get oxygen there, and then reassess. Why is he not going up? Go up. There we go.
And women bathe but once every 3 moons.
I think I'm kind of seeing the inside the ship accidentally there. I don't think I'm meant to be able to see that. I'm obviously too close to it that I couldn't use the camera properly. Right, how are we getting on this? Problem is, there's men everywhere.
An assassin! Let fly!
Yeah, we're dead. I think we're dead. No, we might have gone deep enough to avoid it, actually.
We got him! Return to your stations!
They got me, supposedly. I don't think they did. As we're still alive, but I think that was close. I need oxygen. Right. This is, well, we're back to the, okay, somehow, it was the first ship I thought we was going on to, we weren't going on to. This is the ship we're going on to. How we get on, I don't know. Because there's men everywhere. There's spotlights. Obviously there is a way up, I just don't know what it is. That light there isn't helpful. I haven't gone to the front of the ship. Let's try to go straight down. Let's have a look at the front of the ship and see if we can see anything that way. There's obviously a climb point you've got to get to, or some way of getting in. It's just finding that way in. There's an anchor. I wonder.
Hold! It's the Witcher! Emperor's orders! Stand down!
Oh, we're allowed on. They've told everyone to stand down. So were they expecting us? There's me trying to be all sneaky, and it turns out they're actually expecting us. Not in a nice way, obviously.
Witcher, what a pleasant surprise.
Evelyn from, yeah, Liberation, that's true. Yeah, the 3 different personas she had. That was quite cool. I kind of wish they'd included that in further Assassin's Creeds. Thanks for the like, it's much appreciated.
You've not noticed?
I've noticed. I can see the smoke from burning huts miles away.
Being able to change outfit to change people's how they look at you and how they treat you, I thought was quite cool.
You promised Yennefer you'd free her. I can see. I know you're a busy man. So here's a letter. Ought to refresh your memory about the lodge.
Even Yennefer's humblest requests seem like threats. I've always liked that about her. Very well, so be it.
So, all this sneaking on the ship was pointless. Me being as... Although, to be fair, when we was in the boat and went near the ships, they did shoot at us. When we got seen under the ship, they shot at us and killed us. It wasn't until I got to the bit of the ship where they saw us and actually said, "Oh, it's the Witcher," that it was okay. But yeah, okay. Didn't really need to sneak on as much.
Truly prepared to forgive them? Amnesty in exchange for help?
I'm prepared to abide by the agreement I made with Yennefer.
Didn't answer my question.
Nor must I.
He's not going to answer the question because he's not going to forgive the witches.
Time I was on my way.
At last, a point we agree on. Guards, bring me Fringilla Vigo. You may remove her Dimeritian shackles.
I've never played Dead Space, to be fair. Your favourite game characters? Oh.
No introductions are necessary from what I've heard. Farewell.
Yeah, I've never played Dead
Fringilla.
Space, so I can't really comment on the characters in
Been
that.
a while.
Right, Fringilla, here she is.
The other sorceresses, they're on Ginvale near Ard-Skellig. We could take a boat.
I'm sick to death of boats.
She's not taking the boat, she's going to make a portal. The one thing Geralt to Riviera can't stand.
And I despise teleports. But have it your way.
There we go. Something
Let's
he
go.
can't deal with, but he has to around witches. So we've rescued Fringilla. Not that she really needed rescuing by the looks of things, he seems okay. Right, we still have one more thing to do.
Where's Yennefer?
She'll be here soon, and she's sure to want to talk to you.
I don't doubt it. Yes, Geralt?
I don't know if she's got anything to say. Looking good.
You look good.
For a captive of Emir? Is that what you mean?
Kind of.
Seems like he's shown you surprising leniency. No interrogations, no torture. Or did you just tell him everything he wanted to know?
If I'd told him everything, he'd hardly still need me alive, wouldn't you say?
She's got a point.
Anyway, we shan't speak of it. I and what concerns me have not been a concern of yours for some time now.
I think there's history between the two of them, by the sounds of it.
So long.
Right. So that is another one done towards battle preparations. We've got to meet Philippa at the Elven Ruins as we're trying to find the Sunstone. That's our next port of call. So, where are we doing that? That is all the way over there. And we haven't got a fast travel point anywhere near it. Our best bet would probably be to take a boat, I would guess, and come round that way. So we've got to see if there should be a boat in the harbour. You would expect it. It's a harbour after all.
Vagrant.
So let's see if we can take a boat. And we'll try and travel through that way. Don't jump in the water. Just want you to go on the boat. This side. Got to reverse it out. You know, as all boats have a reverse gear. I do like the fact that the way they've done boats on this. If you damage the boat, you actually see it on the top left. The damage done. And you actually see the damage on the boat itself. As well. Which I think is quite well done. So the plan is, now we've got a boat. We're going to travel up the river here. Underneath the bridge that leads to the castle. And come round. And hopefully meet Philip at the Elven Ruins. I've got a feeling the Elven Ruins aren't going to be empty. Arthur Morgan, that's not a bad shout to be fair. That's not a bad shout at all. There's so many characters in there that you kind of think about and remember from different games for different reasons. You know, you've got to say Sonic's got to be up there somewhere. That's the thing, there's just so many. But everyone has their own reasons as well for what they liked about a character. So everyone's choice is going to be so individual. You know, Batman. But then there's some of these characters you do think like Batman, for instance. It's not just a game character, is it? So, you know, it's one of those. I think my favourite Batman character from the games has got to be Batman Arkham Asylum Batman. I just liked him in that. Over the other two, to be fair. Yeah, exactly. My backlog's immense, mainly because I let you guys make the choices. But yeah, it is. We're going to be attacked. I'm going to fight. Well, I'm going to fight the sirens because they're not going to leave me alone otherwise. What have I got? Igni's on. I shouldn't. To be fair, we should actually use Ard because that'll knock them out of the sky. If I get the timing right, I'll knock them out of the sky anyway. If we time this right, we can knock them out of the sky. Like that. Couple of crossbow bolts. That's one down. Always nice when they land like that on the boat. Always it makes life a little bit easier. Right, the other's going to attack, or is that it? I think that's it for the minute. Can we go back to sailing now? The rest might attack in a second, to be fair. We'll find out. What did I get hurt by? It's not going to hurt me. some Resident Evils. Yes. See, I say yes. There was never Resident Evil in my backlog until recently when people have been saying, you really should give it a go. Why am I not going forward? You really should give it a go. So we are going to add it to the list, and we're going to... I've never been a fan. I've never had a reason to play them, to be fair. It's never been something I've looked at and thought, I really want to play that. Not for any particular reason. It's just never interested me. But you guys have been saying about it for a little while, so we've added them to the list. So the next live stream vote we have, once we finish Mirage and Spider-Man 2, would include a Resident Evil. I don't know which one. We'll find out. We'll try and decide which way to do it when we get to them. If it wins the vote, obviously. But yeah, they will be coming up soon if you guys vote for them for the next game. But yeah, I don't know which one. I don't know how many you guys want me to do. But it'll be after Spider-Man, it'll be after Mirage currently. I do want to do Avatar come December. So while I'm chatting for a second, throwing a save. That's the problem. If you die on this, there's no auto. There is an auto save, but if you die on this, you load your last save. So the more often you save, the better. But yeah, so there will be Resident Evil on the channel at some point. Like I say, it's never been something I've looked at. But then, if anything, this channel and you guys have made me learn that you can't always take a game at face value. There's several games we've done on the channel I never would have thought I'd ever play. And then you guys have voted for them. We've done them and I've really enjoyed them. So it's always good to try something that you wouldn't think you'd normally play. 2 remake, 7, 8 and 4 remake all great games. So do you need to play them in an order though? Is there an order to them or does it not matter? Are they all individual?
Just wonderful.
I say, look at this.
Okay, Philippa's already here. She's gonna open it, isn't she? Philippa's opened it.
Let's go.
So we're looking for the Sunstone. That's all we're here for.
Now? Gonna grow yourself some new eyes, like Vilgefortz did. I remember the moment I killed him. Cultivation wasn't complete. They hadn't grown in fully yet. Looked disgusting, but...
I take it your mention of that deviant is purely coincidental.
Of course. Also heard of this rich blind dwarf from Mahakam.
Oh,
Had him put 2 sizable rubies in his eye sockets. Couldn't see a damn thing. But word is, it looked pretty tasteful.
A rich dwarf who put rubies in his eye sockets. Still couldn't see anything, but looked good. Okay, you've got to always look off the beaten track before you go to where it wants you to go to. Because you never know what you're going to find. Although, looking in here, not very much. It's up here. Ah, Wraith.
Not your lucky day.
Bye bye, Wraith. Okay, so there's a Wraith haunting here for some whatever reason. I may end up going a back way into where we're meant to be going, I'm not sure. I only went the opposite way to where we wanted us to, just so I can see if there was any decent loot, but I've kind of gone
Hear that?
Full circle. So my route was different to hers, but mine didn't really have any good loot. Right, what was that song being played? That's a siren. Are we battling sirens again, I think? Yeah, that's a siren. And drowners. Alright, where's the siren? She's in the air. To be fair, I should really swap. Hard would be better, but drowners actually... Fire is better against drowners. Whereas the Ard is probably better against her in the air. Because her Ard would bring her down. Right, another drown dead. Where is she? She's there. We got her down though. That's a siren dump.
Damn, there's a lot.
I hope you don't count him. We came here for a reason.
She doesn't want us to stop and pick everything up. She's saying don't mess around in the carrion. I can't leave a body behind. There's always loot to be had. There's also a place of power there. We'll have a look at that in a second. Or doesn't really matter, although you should play 2 before 4 and 7 before 8. Okay. Well, I will be relying on you guys for the best order to play then, I think. Right, place of power first.
Place of power. Should draw from it.
We should draw from it indeed. Although the rocks are kind of in my way. There we go. We gained an ability point. We've got plenty of ability points that we don't spend, mainly because I can't really decide what I want to spend them on. So we haven't really spent ability points. If we get decent Witcher gear at some point, then it's worth spending them because we can. Certain Witcher gear have certain points to use them on. We could upgrade our Igni a little bit more, but I keep not doing it because I can never really think what I want. We've got 14 points. I'm kind of happy with the way the character works and the loadout and everything else. I haven't really changed anything for ages. You know, our sign intensity is really good. Melt armor and Igni intensity are really good together. Along with Firestream, although we don't really use Firestream, so we could look at maybe increasing that. We'd have to get others, but there is Pyromaniac potentially instead of Firestream. That might be something we could spend a few points on. We'd have to unlock it by spending points down here. But other than that, I don't really know what else to swap. Because everything we do currently works. And that's kind of why I don't want to change things. But Crippling Strikes could be good to have. It's a fast attacks and also apply a bleeding effect, which would really work. That probably would be a good thing to look for, actually. But we'd have to lose one of the others. Hence why I've always had... I don't know what to spend the points on. So at some point I've got to have a proper look at that and decide what we're doing. I'm not doing it now. We're good as we are. I was hoping for an Elven Ruin there'd be some decent loot, but we haven't seen any yet. But yeah, as long as you guys tell me which ones we need to do in what order, it's fine.
I'll fix them right away.
She's fixing the stairs. I love the fact she can't see, but operates perfectly normally. All the other senses working in unison, plus is a witch.
Ready.
Let's go.
I wouldn't
help notice the tension between you and Yennefer and Triss. It's very hard on Ciri, I think. There are times I doubt you three realise how it looks.
Really?
Triss plays big sister to Ciri, but eagerly awaits a chance to hop in bed with you. You and Yennefer play the parents.
Yeah, so if you're angling to make it a five-some, there's clearly no room.
Yeah, we're not be having a five-some with Philippa. So where does this all lead to? Oh, there's something in here. There is something down there. We'll leave that for the minute. Obviously, we are here for a specific reason. We're looking for the Sunstone, but I do also want to explore the ruin and see if there's anything good here at the same time. Right. A golem being, I wouldn't say good to be fair, but... Watch out for the golem. It's going to pack a punch if it hits us. If it puts its arm out to defend as well, we've got to make sure we're put far enough away because our attacks won't do anything if its arm is defending. So Philippa's doing a decent job. Doing a decent amount of damage. Got to make sure we move a lot. It's so easy to get caught out. So you see the arms protecting there. It just dulls the blade. And our blade will just end up damaged. We don't really need to worry too much, I don't think, about defending Philippa. I don't think she actually really takes damage. Not really. Oh! I went for the killer hit there and Philippa got there for it first. Can I not? You're not going to give me any loot? I can't get any loot from the golem. That's annoying.
Witcher.
Right, you're going that way. Well, I want to have a quick look this way then, because he came out of here. All I'm finding... Oh, there is a chest there. There we go. There's always a chest somewhere. A naved steed. My pronunciation may be horrendous, to be fair, on that one. Let's have a quick look what that sword is. Maybe it's any good. No. It's a silver sword. Does 58 less damage than we currently do. It does increase our Igni sign intensity, which we use a lot. But for 58 damage less, it's not worth it. We'll take it, we'll add it to our collection in our stash. But that's the only loot we've found so far, annoyingly. Is there anything down there to pick up? Over the mushrooms? No. She wants to go this way, so we'll follow her. Using the Witcher senses where possible, just see if there is anything to pick up anywhere. There's rocks there. There isn't really anything here, is there? I'm really surprised how little loot there is. But then this could be on purpose, since it's a story mission anyway.
But now
it appears I must do everything for you.
Well, you're the witch.
Who seems to be waiting for payment.
I'm fresh out of change.
Ugh, in blood, not coin. The sentry is Fearlan of the Elven legend. Do you literally read nothing?
She likes getting annoyed with us. I've noticed that. Not only is she criticising our relationship with Ciri, Triss, and Yennefer, but she's also criticising us for not knowing Elven lore. So her blood has opened the gate.
There you are.
That's why she's here, to be fair. We're not meant to know these things. She is. So where's the Sunstone?
Yennefer must have tremendous pull with the Emperor to get him to guarantee the Lodge's safety. What's your take on it?
My take? Obviously a leading question. No. Geralt, I'm tired. Let's sit and chat a bit first.
Is foreplay that important to you?
Not excited to work with the Emperor.
You'll get to work with the Emperor. Not excited?
No. I mean, yes, of course I am. Thus far, the Lodge has oft banked on weak rulers. It's been one of our biggest mistakes.
So you're impressed Emir keeps his mages on a short leash?
Yennefer's wise to keep you out of politics. I'm afraid you'd not realize which way the wind was blowing if you pissed straight into it.
You can tell they don't really get along, can't you?
You ought to talk to Yennefer. Painfully clear there's unfinished business there.
Yennefer's always walked her own path. I'm actually touched she decided to take an interest in matters of the Lodge this time.
You don't trust her. So once the hunt's defeated, leave. Find asylum elsewhere. I hear Redania's offering.
I'd sooner stick my head in a Zoogl's spiky orifice. Thanks, but I've other plans.
Other plans, do you? Okay.
This deal with Emir. It's sorcerer's business. Pick someone else's brain.
So she's not told you anything? What about personal plans? Has she mentioned anything? A possible advisory position? Beside a young, promising empress?
Stay away from Ciri.
She's an adult, Geralt. You keep forgetting. She can decide for herself.
Everyone wants Ciri for the power she has. That's always been the game with everyone.
Stopped interfering in Ciri's life?
No.
But you do know we're not a pack of wolves you can just drive away from her with your sword.
Everyone wants Ciri for the power.
And yes, I can.
Geralt's the only one that doesn't care about the power. Okay, I can't see anything to pick up in there actually. I was hoping there was, but not by the looks of it. Where's she gone? She's there. I am trying to explore this as we normally would by trying to look in every crevice, but there's not much around, strangely.
Wait. There's something here. Feel it?
No. My medallion.
A ridiculous bauble. Don't make me laugh. Tuning into elven magic is just slightly more difficult than sniffing out a malodorous fiend. Watch this. Arahan Luma!
So what is it? There's something here, she reckons. What is that?
That means the Sunstone is here. Don't stand there looking stupid. Try to shift the mirrors.
Okay, looks like we've got a puzzle to solve to try and get this to open up. I still want to have a quick look around while we're here. Okay, we need to move the mirrors. Oh, there's a chest here. That's handy. Superior full moon. Hunting gauntlets. Are they better than what we're currently having? I'm trying to get rid of our gauntlets for ages because they're heavy armor, which obviously slows us down a lot. But the bonuses are really good. Are these better? No! 4 armor less. I can't change a 4 armor less. It's not worth losing the bonuses for it, annoyingly. So then loot will sell at some point. Dennis, good evening. How are you? The blonde lady is a witch. Okay, what are we aiming these at? Normally, I like to look at a puzzle before I try and solve it, and I didn't. I just ran straight up. So we need to aim at something. So the light comes down on that one. I don't quite know what we're aiming at. Okay. I can do it. I just want to see which way it turns. If it's only 2 ways it can go, then that kind of answers my question. Okay. I don't quite know what the puzzle is just yet, until we've had a closer look at the others. I just went to the first one to see what it did. What's that over here as well? As I say, I'd like to find some loot while we're here. Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. Not too bad at all. Anything? Any loot? Anything? No? No loot. Always worth a look. Okay. So let's see where she's gone, because it might be wherever she's walked to will tell us where we need to kind of aim these for. We kind of need, they're obviously going to have to go to light something else up, aren't they? Let's see where she is. She's over there, so I think she's near whatever we're lighting up. It's a ghost! Why is it gold above near the level number? Alright, the ghost is dead. Potion from Tyr and Aaliyah. Wild Hunt's Warrior's Sword. I take it that's the one that's on the floor that's still there. Let's have a look at the sword. So not as good as we're using. Still sword. So what current one we're using? Blade from the Bit. It's better. There's some decent bonuses, but just not as good as what we're using. It's not worth losing that damage for. And damage scales with level, supposedly. I've never been keen on damage scales with level. Okay. So she stood all over there. My thinking is, light shines to that one. I think we've got to move. Okay, so I think we've got to turn that one over there to over there. And that one goes over that way, is my thinking. Let's go back up the other way and check. But I think that's... because the light comes down onto that one to that one. I think if we move that, we can get it to hit that one. And then, I'm not sure from there yet. Climb up, Geralt. Your dog decided... Why do you want puppies? Okay. There we go. So we've lit the other one up. I've got a feeling we just need to move the other one. Is my thinking. I would say this is a guess at what we need to do. This is also the only one we haven't moved yet. So we need to find a way up to that one actually, because I don't think we can get up from this side. So, is there a way round this way? Got to be aware that we may get attacked again by anything. We've got no idea if these ruins are safe. And currently I'd say they're not quite safe. We have had a couple of encounters so far. Although the golem was probably the worst of them. Oh look, another ghost. So I would say Igni doesn't seem to do very much. That's one thing I did notice. Igni doesn't seem to do it. So this is the Wild Hunt trying to protect the Sunstone by the looks of things. Crystallized Essence Potion. Yeah, it seems like the Wild Hunt are trying to protect the Sunstone. Which does make sense. Right, if my plan is correct, moving this... There we go. It was correct in what we needed to do then. There's a nice little chest here as well. The Tamer. That's a name for a sword, isn't it? The Tamer. I will tame you with my sword. Have a look at that in a second. Have a look at the Tamer and see what it's like. Rubbish. It's a silver sword. So for dealing with creatures, but again, damage is 45 less than ours. Decent bonuses, just not good enough. And we have got a Witcher sword to go in place of a steel sword as soon as we level up as well. But yeah, as a replacement, silver sword, unfortunately, nowhere near good enough. So far, the loot here has been rubbish. But then there's no guarantee there was meant to be good loot here anyway. It could be the loot here was always meant to be bad. Yeah, I can get up over here. Climb up. There it is. We've got the Sunstone. I think we're quite close to the end of the main story. This was the last thing we needed to do for battle preparations.
Hand it over and let's get out of here.
Not so fast.
Oh, really?
To discuss.
Let me guess. You gotta fly.
Don't be silly about this, please.
You need the Sunstone so much more than we do. Then you'll
He's not going to be alive forever, so let's have... Yeah, but you need to be able to look
No
after
idea
the puppies and stuff as well. And if they have a litter of 10, you can't keep all 10.
But I wish to talk to you about the future. My future.
Okay. I recommend the Alpine of Nazar. Let's go for that one.
You'll like Nilfgaard, no two ways about it. I recommend the fresh alpine air of Nazaire.
And Yennefer claims you have no sense of humour. Now listen carefully.
Yeah, but they won't just have one puppy.
That's
the thing. So you need to have homes for the others. Otherwise you're stuck with them.
Will come to an abrupt end, which is wonderful from my perspective. I'm not interested in reviving the lodge if I'm not to have the deciding vote.
You're telling me this because...
It's got nothing to do with us.
No, even one bit. I expect that once we've defeated the Wild Hunt, you aim to slip...
Yeah, it's not as simple as that though, is it? In this country, well, in England anyway, they've all got to be registered and paperwork has to be submitted and microchipped.
Instead of destroying the girl's life, you could take Yennefer.
Vets have got to see them before you can sell them, so it's all costs money. I don't know what it's like where you are, Dennis, but that's all we have to do in this country. It's not as simple as just breeding a dog anymore. There's so many rules and regulations in place, and we've got a lot more dogs going on the banned breeds list now as well, after what's been happening. So certain dogs aren't allowed to be bred anymore.
You want to take Yen's place at Amir's side.
And at Ciri's. I think
Plus you've got to find a dog that, you know,
I would truly prefer
proper
to be
breed
far away
and
when it
do the breeds match up.
Holding her in the Imperial dungeon would be costly. And it would give the wrong impression.
Any other words of wisdom, or can we go?
You may go. I know you've things to do. I will find my own way back.
She's going to find her own way back, is she? She's not happy with the plan. We have the Sunstone. So we are now ready for battle preparations. We need to let Avalark know everything is done. We are now leveled up as well, level 37, so they catch up for a second. I was letting it catch up. If it's a house dog, he has to be chipped and... Oh, is that how it works over there? See, every dog has to be chipped and vaccinated over here. So now we can start using our brand new Witcher sword, the Tiger. I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced. I could be completely wrong. It's a steel sword, so it is mainly for humans. And then the blade from the bits can go in our box. Decent bonuses. We do lose the 50% critical hit damage bonus, but we do gain Ard Sign. We don't use very often. Although against people, no, Igni's better against people. Critical hit, chance to bleed. bonus experience is nothing really, it's not a big deal. I don't even remember where we obtained that sword from, to be fair. Right, is there anything else here to pick up before we try and find a way out? I don't think so. I'm hoping I haven't missed anything in here. I was trying to look around as we went, but it's trying to work your way around sometimes can be quite tricky. I think she took the Sunstone as well. Another ghost is here. Two ghosts, in fact. Igni's not very good against ghosts for obvious reasons. I know I'm still using it, but it's not very good against ghosts. Mainly because I just haven't swapped. I should swap. Both of them down in one hit. Oh, Wild Hunt Warrior Sword. We'll have a look at that in a second. Another Wild Hunt's Warrior Sword. So the Wild Hunt are really trying to stop us here. I don't think their swords are good enough. No, they're both not good enough for us to swap. Especially since we just put our sword on. But there'll be decent ones to sell. Not that we need the money, to be fair. We've kind of got more than enough money now. Mainly because I don't buy anything. This is the reason we have so much money. Right, we've got to keep looking around in case there is any more chests hidden away. I'm not too worried about the mushrooms. We've been picking lots of them. Can't see anything though. It's normally in places, like that. But you don't expect there to be a chest. A few little bits and pieces there, nothing fantastic. And still there's a noise, so I know there's something nearby. They may need a fight. And this is all because Philippa decided to disappear off on her own. There's a chest down there. I thought there might be, to be fair, mainly because you can see the little bit down there and thought, nothing major though. Bits and pieces. Another one here. Oh, Valhalla Brigandine. Witchslayer sword as well. Anything else in here? Or is that it? We'll have a look at the armor in a second. I'm just double checking there's no more chests around. I do like to hide them. That's why it's worth looking in every nook and cranny in any ruin, because it's so easy to miss these things. You know, if we just carried on up this path we were meant to go up, we would have missed them two chests down there. It's only because I know to look. Oh, so not if there's a dog outside. No, in this country every dog has to be done. What did we gain? The Witchslayer, again, no good, but something we'll sell. The armour, the Belhaven Brigandine, medium armour. I prefer light armour personally. Vitality is really good. Resistance to piercing is pretty good. We'd lose the resistance to slashing damage by 10%. Chance to return damage 4%. But the big thing, armour is minus 33, so it's not good enough for us to use. So that'd be something we'll be selling once we get a chance to. Okay, we are trying to get out of the cave. Keep hearing a banging noise. I wonder if there is something nearby that we're going to have to defeat. Don't think there's a chest anywhere there. Another ghost. Another one coming. I can block a ghost attack. I didn't know if I could, because obviously it's a ghost. Obviously a silver sword does damage, which I'd expect. I just weren't sure if we could block a ghost attack. We can. Because I don't really do heavy attacks very often. I did at the end there. We're going to get a lot of loot from these guys that we're going to end up selling. Okay. They attacked us from the left. You'll decide which way we want to... I want to check the left-hand side where they came from. Just in case there's anything here. There's a chest there. Great Azuria Runestone, Greater Glyph of Igni. They're really good glyphs. We don't put them in any of our gear because we're not... I don't see the point when you're going to swap gear so often. Greater, and we'll lose the glyph if we put it in, but that Greater Glyph of Igni, I'll have to look at that. A Demeritium Ingot, that's mad. That's pretty good. Ard Skellig Akaton, we'll have to have a look at. Superior Racing Saddle as well. It's not bad loot. Let's check that out. So the swords are never going to be good enough. They're all less than what we're doing. The Igni I'm more interested in. 10% Igni intensity. Wow. That's pretty good. If we had Witcher gear that was good enough, then I would put it in. But at the minute, the arm we've got, we'll swap as soon as we've got gear better. So, a shame, really. The Ardskellig Akaton, decent bonuses. Resistance to bludgeoning, resistance to slashing. But again, 18 armor less is just not worth the change for losing that amount of armor. But we have got some decent glyphs. This Greater Azuria Runestone's pretty good chance to freeze. We don't generally go for any freezing kind of weapons, but I know the Wild Hunt swords do have a chance of freezing. So that on a Wild Hunt sword, it'd be really good because it'd increase your chance. Alright. Still got to keep an eye on see if there's anything else in here. So the first chest or two we found in here was rubbish, but actually we've got some decent gear by the end of it. Nothing that's really useful at the stage we're at, but nonetheless, not bad gear. We've got another ghost. Yeah, I'm it. Ghost is down. There's no point looking at us. So that's the way out there. Is there anything else in here before we go out the way out? Out the way out? Made sense in my head. Anything this way? Yes, 2 chests. 3 chests. This is why you've always got to look around. Manuscripts. Horse blinders. I don't think the horse blinders are going to help us. Oh, there's 4 chests here. Resin amber. Enhanced Dimeritium bomb. Mahakamun heavy armor. Not too impressed with the heavy armor, to be fair. Mastercrafted saddle. Oh, okay. Is that chest not going to be in it, or did I just do it all in one? That was a good find. Yeah, that was a very good find. But we could have easily just gone out the way it was showing us. But instead, just that stop and have a quick look. Turned out to be a really good decision. Okay. What did we just gain? We gained some armor. The sword I'm not fussed. I don't think it's good enough. No, look, Rusty Novigrad's sword. Damage is too low compared to ours. Heavy armor. I'm glad it's lower because I didn't really want to put it on. 35 armor less. Not worth the change, to be fair. We are very close to our weight limit, which could be an issue if we're not careful. So we don't really want to find too much else. Why do we find a marker for a creature den? And does that count as done? So creature dens generally grey out when they're done. We've kind of come out over here. We went in all the way over here. So we've come all the way round, to be fair. I'm hoping there's a fast travel point there, to be fair. We need to get back over here and store stuff, sell stuff. I can't see if the creature den is counted as done or not. Because we didn't fight a creature. We fought a golem, some ghosts, but we definitely didn't fight a creature. Which means there's still something in there. It does look slightly greyed out, so maybe it is done. Okay, I'm hoping we're going to head to the village from here. Village is just down there, so let's try and head to the village. We may even have a blacksmith we can sell some gear to. That'd be handy. I'm hoping it is a proper village and not one that's been destroyed or anything. It's a proper village then. Where's the people? Not all villages have a blacksmith either. I'm hoping they've got a blacksmith. To be fair. Right, there's the village. We've got the marker.
Maybe Lars will bring some hare hides back from the hunt.
So these are Skjalls, Skellig citizens. No, there's no a place up there we haven't been to. Tempted to go and ride up there now, as we're here. I don't think there's a blacksmith here, annoyingly. These guys are building. Yeah, they don't want to speak to us. I don't think there's no blacksmith here though. They're having a go at us for being here, as they always do, to be fair. We're a witcher after all, we're different to them. There's no missions here either.
Swords, but I prefer me trusty axe.
Okay, I think I'm going to quickly go and check out this area here. I don't know what it is. There may be nothing, but because we're where we are, it makes sense to actually just head north and have a look. I don't think it will take too long to get there, but it's something that we wouldn't normally get to until we'd gone through there and come out the way we did. We could have gone all the way back on ourselves and come out after grabbing the Sunstone and Philippa disappearing the way we came in, but because we went the other way, we might find something else here. These are Clan crate guards as well, so we know these guys. Well, they know of us anyway. Oh, that's a few of them to deal with. These are Endraga insects, effectively. They don't like fire, but they do have poison as well, though. So we're going to watch out for. Poison will drain us very quickly. Not massively high level, but they do pack a punch if you're not careful. Try and do one at a time. As I say, setting them on fire is the best bet. One down. Let me loot, yeah. There's a few of them here. I want to get to that village, was all I was looking for, but there must be a nest, I would say, nearby. See, they all, if you look, they're all slightly differently. Some don't have the poison, some do. I've had some previously that are very heavily armoured compared to these. These actually aren't that heavily armoured. Make sure we're away from the poison. As I say, the more attacks we do while on fire, the better. Whoa, that was a big attack. I wasn't expecting to do that, to be fair. I thought he was just going to launch poison at us again. And then blades coming out of the front. Taking a few hits I'd rather not take. Where is it? Come here. There we go. I do wonder if there's a nest here. A nest is worth taking down because you get decent loot from a nest. There was a... I'm pretty sure there was a fourth as well. I can't see it now. Over there. Is there a nest here? Not that I can see. You'd normally get a marker to come up and say if there's a nest nearby. Where's this one gone? Let's chase after this one, just see if there is a nest nearby. If there is, it's worth dealing with. Don't think there is, looking at that.
What? Lost your nerve?
Go away from the poison. So they can do a jump attack, as we saw when it launched itself up with big claws, with big mouthpieces anyway. It attacks him while it's on fire. Nearly down. Yeah, it's down. I was hoping for a nest, just because of the loot you'd get from a nest. But it doesn't seem there is one, unfortunately. Although there's something else over there. Right, back to what was actually here to do. I was looking to head north. There's a little... This is... There's nothing else here. We were actually heading slightly north to see what the village was up over here. Because there's nothing there. No marker, and it's because we've not been there. I was hoping to have some potentially decent loot. But we got sidetracked by some insects. But they're all dealt with. So this was the first thing we saw. This is a broken rampart, potentially, or gate post. It passes through. Now, if we can get up there, there could potentially be loot up there. The stairs. Someone still lights the beacons. That's the weird thing about places like this. The beacons are always lit. Oh. Oh, wow. That's Witcher gear. Enhanced Ursine gauntlets. That is Witcher gear diagram. So normally with these diagrams, a lot of people follow guides to find them. We don't read guides and that kind of stuff. So it is luck of the draw if we come across this. Hence why we aren't wearing any major Witcher gear currently, because we haven't got the parts for it. And sometimes you do get a mission for them when you stumble across one part. But them gauntlets, we haven't... I don't think we've got the first ones, because for each one you need an enhancement version. So we've got the enhanced Griffin gauntlets, enhanced Ursine gauntlets diagram, and Wolven gauntlets. I don't believe we've got the basic Ursine gauntlets, so I don't think it's one we can wear. See, Griffin gauntlets there. We've got the enhanced. We need superior next. And even that I don't think is good enough for us to wear. Mastercrafted. So actually, if we can get the... enhanced superb, I think it is, Griffin gauntlets, we can do that upgrade, then master crafted upgrade, and then we can use them because we need the superior. We've got superior Ursine as well, so we need the basic Ursine gauntlets to be able to make them and then use. I wasn't expecting to find Witcher gear here. I just thought we'd have a look whilst here, but there we go. Can I get onto there? I don't know if there is anything else here. Let's see if I don't know if I can get on there, to be fair. This is why I like to look at ruins and locations like this, because you just never know what you're going to find. And generally these are the places you're going to find gear and things. Yeah, I don't think there is anything else here though. Nothing. No. There's a little hidey hole there, I did wonder. No. So that's quite cool. So we felt we just still need the first diagram for the Ursine gauntlets. We had to make them, to be fair. I'd prefer to be using Witcher gear where possible. Okay, so this is what we came for. I noticed when we was coming out of the cave, the village here of Rogni, and I saw above it was this village up here, and I didn't know what this was. And I thought, while we're here, let's have a look. Looks to be a ruin, but that mist is not filling me with good thoughts at this point. This may not be potentially good. I'm thinking froglets maybe in the mist. There is something up there. As you see the heartbeat in the distance. That's where we're trying to get to. The mist isn't... Thought we was going to get attacked by something in the mist, but I don't think we are actually. There's more than one thing up there. There's three things. I don't know what they're going to be. And also the other side of it we've got to think about is they may be a lot higher level than us. So this could prove to be a really bad idea, but we're about to find out. What are they? Are they golems? There's a stone one. I don't know what the other one is. I knew that was going to happen. The stone golem there. Oh, that did some damage. That's a gargoyle. I'll get my butt kicked. I'm not even doing damage to it, am I? I am doing some damage. Right, he was poisoning me, which is not good. I am eating. Right, the gargoyle is down. It was just blowing poison in our face. Right, gargoyle dealt with. There is 2 more still to deal with here. And there is treasure according to that. That's another gargoyle there, isn't it? Them gargoyles are not fun. Let's swap from Igni to Ard. I think Ard is probably the best thing to use against gargoyles. The golem over there we'll deal with afterwards. I can keep him away for the minute. I want to deal with the gargoyle first. I don't want him putting poison on us again if I can avoid it, because I don't know if we'd survive it. Our health is quite low as it stands. I knew he was going to... Oh, I missed him complete that. Need to be careful. I don't even think that helps. Using Ard. Poison. That's what I was worried about. Right, gargoyle down. Glad that gargoyle's down. I'm going back to Ignite. No, I'm not. I'm going to stay on Ard because of the golem. Don't think this will be that bad a fight. It's an ice elemental. I was completely wrong. It's not even golem. It's an ice elemental. To be fair, we're going to be a lot stronger than it. We should be. There we go. That's our first of ice elemental defeated. Haven't dealt with one of those before. Has it come up as a beastery? Right, it does say there is something here. Still on the mini-map, it's saying there's a chest. We just got to find a way up now. There's a chest, and this is the chest. Greater runestone, another greater glyph ignis. That's 2 of those now. Nilfgaardian guardsman armor and Redanian halberdiers armor. We are overloaded, so we've got too much gear on us, which is not ideal. Let's have a check out the armors. So this armor, the Nilfgaardian guardsman armor, heavy armor, not something I enjoy using. Vitality, massive plus vitality, but the armor itself is 23 less. It's not worth it. And the halberdiers armor, again, it's just not worth the change. It's medium armor, which isn't that bad, but the armor's 30 less, so it's not worth changing. We are 5 over our weight limit as well. I'm liking the Igni. 10% Igni intensity. Igni's powerful enough as it is. Hence why we use it a lot. But does mean we're going to be very slow. We can't run because I overloaded. I don't really want to dump anything. That's the only thing. Although I wouldn't mind dumping something like a rubbish sword that we're not going to use, but it only weighs 1.61. Things like that are just not worth dumping. They don't weigh. They weigh next to nothing. It's all the armor that we can't wear. Medium armor weighs 8.4. We could drop the medium armor, to be fair. That would give us under the weight limits we can run again. It says it's worth 403 coins. It won't be. It'll be worth a lot less. Plus, we're not really worried about money. We've got 8,500 and we don't spend it now. So let's get rid of that. And then our weight, we're back under weight limit. We can't pick anything else up.
Looks
admittedly.
Like
so hopefully there's no more chests here. I don't want to leave without double checking. Main thing is there must be way up into the tower, but maybe there isn't. What have I... Oh no, that's the arm we've dropped down. I was wondering if there's a way into the tower, but I don't think there actually is. Don't want to fall, that'll probably be a long swim somewhere to get back to be fair. Can't go through the doorway. Oh, there's a doorway here. There's another box of loot. I want to be very selective what we take, and normally I'm not very selective, I just take everything. But I don't think we're getting up. I don't think maybe there isn't anything further up then. But it's worth having a look. We've got to deal with an ice elemental, which we've not dealt with before. Gargoyles we have met previously, but only I think once. So we've got a few new things there. Part of me thinks there's going to be something in the mist. Although, I don't know if I can tell if there's something in there to actually go deep into the mist. I don't really fancy that. But at least we came and had a look. I take it there's nothing else here to look at. I don't think there is. Right, let's head back. We can fast travel to a town. We can get rid of some of the gear. We can probably fix our gear. After fighting gargoyles, I would assume our sword is probably damaged. Getting the tough exterior and the insects as well, to be fair. Not going to be good for us. So we need to keep an eye out for the Ursine Gauntlets basic diagram, because now we can craft those. Quite cool that we found it. More insects here. I don't plan having a fight with the insects. We've already had a bit of a play with them earlier. So the main story point we've got to go to, we've got to go and let Avalark know we're ready. We've got about 45 minutes left of the stream. We can extend a little bit, but not by much. So I'd like to try and get and see what happens. I don't know if it's a big fight or big scene. I can see how that goes. But yeah, we need to get to a village, potentially get rid of gear. So let's have a look on the map where we want to head to first, before we actually pick a location. It wants us over here. There's nowhere to. There's no. There is there's a grindstone armor's table. There's no blacksmith there though. Although there was a blacksmith, but we can't seem to speak to him. I haven't been able to speak to him for a while for some reason. What's that there? Is that a blacksmith? Armor's table. There may be a blacksmith here in Arenborn, so it might be worth going there. Ah, no, it's Carmerhen. There won't be one there. No, it's not. It's Kaemur. Is there a blacksmith there? I can't quite remember where there's a blacksmith. That's what we need, essentially. I don't mind selling the armor to a blacksmith. That doesn't bother me. I don't think the money itself is that big a deal. We did test it out between normal merchants and armorers and stuff. Who gives the most money? And actually, it's not that different. There's a few coins in it. Let's go to Arenborn. I'm hoping there's a blacksmith, but I could be wrong. But I need to unload gear. Is there a blacksmith here? Yes, I think there is. So at least we can get rid of the swords and stuff. We won't be using them. There's no point in keeping them. The ones we'll stick in our loot box. Ones we will keep, but there's not much here. Not much we picked up that actually is usable for us. I'm hoping the blacksmith has got some money, because we've got a few bits and pieces. There's the blacksmith.
White Wolf.
Okay. We'll fix our gear as well, but see how much money he's got to start with. 73, is that it? 73, well that's not going to buy much. That sword's worth 396. I'm surprised the tamer's worth that much for silver. It's silver sword, I suppose. That's annoying. He hasn't got much money. Dwarven axe, that's quite cool. Steel weapon. Level 43, we're not that high yet. Okay. May need to buy some things from him just so he's got some money. Oh, I could get rid of some weight actually, and that will do it. There is things we can do that will give him money. Because I think we're going to have to give him money to get rid of our gear. By the looks of this, because we've got all those four to sell as well. And he's got 73 crowns on him. It's not helpful. I don't think I need to buy anything major from him that I can see. But what we can do is, first things first, we can repair everything we have. So 141 to repair all our equipped. I know we're not gaining out of this because obviously we're just selling him the gear we've got for the money he's giving us, if that makes sense. But it's better than nothing. If we get... That's 182 coins there. And this is all weight we're getting back as well. That's the other thing. If there's a weight to it, it's worth getting rid of because it just helps us out. If it's got no weight, it's already been refined once. What's that give us? Foresight. So when it shows no weight, that's a good thing. Anything that shows a weight means we haven't refined it yet. Which is going to cost us money to do, but it's the easiest way of getting weight back and giving him money, just so we can get rid of gear. As I say, I'm not that worried about money ourselves. We don't spend it that much, so none of that really bothers me. What have we got? 63 nails, which will make iron ore. We'll do that. That's a bit of weight back. Gold nugget and sapphire. They actually are worth selling. These gold stuff is actually worth selling rather than dismantled, but we're not going to sell it because there's no point. Right, we should now be able to sell. Go to the shop. Some of our stuff. So the relic swords we'll keep. We'll stick it in our box full of all our magical swords. Let's get rid of all these basic ones. The warrior, wild hunts, warrior swords. None of them are good enough. Is out of money already. That didn't last long, did it? And all we're doing is getting our money back. That's the thing. That's all we're getting out of it is our money back. It's the only way of actually getting rid of some stuff. Otherwise, we'll sit on all this stuff and not touch it. That's the thing. Some of this stuff isn't worth breaking down. It doesn't pay. We're not going to pay much to do so. I am looking at weight as well though, because the weight is the big issue. We're not really giving him much. We need some better quality stuff to break down to actually be worth it financially. The Cyclops Eye. I don't think they're worth breaking down. Kind of think we're out of things to break down, and he's only got 44 crowns. We have got rid of some gear, to be fair. I could pay him to fix everything we're about to sell. But I don't think that's worth it either. I don't think there's anything he can craft us that would help either. Because he's only a basic craftsman. Have we got anything else we can quickly sell just to make us empty? 120. See, everything's worth a fortune. Although it's not that much really in the grand scheme of things, but it's worth more than he's got. We've got a bit of weight back. It's nowhere near enough. Yeah, we're going to have to find him a blacksmith, aren't we? We can get rid of the hunting gauntlets. Yeah, we're going to have to find him a blacksmith. I was really hoping I'd have some money and we could do that and be absolutely all golden, but not enough. Armor's table, there we go. Okay, so we need to run back up the village, get to the fast travel point again. Find him a blacksmith, because we've got too much weight on us. Need one with money. I could fast travel back to Nilfgaard. They have money. That might be the way to do it, to be fair. Okay, let's go to world map. We're going to go to Novigrad. I don't know why there's a mission marker in Novigrad. I don't know why. We want to go to that blacksmith there, but we can stop at the pub with Dandelion first to drop stuff at the stash.
The king of the wild hunt sailed aboard the Naglfare.
So I want to try and do this mission, battle preparations, but we're going to need to make sure we've got space on us.
As Skjalls had advised, the Witcher set out to find the Sunstone.
I also don't know how long the mission takes. That's a concern. But I think it's one of the final missions as well. Main story missions anyway. And there's just everything else to do. But we go to Nilfgaard, stash first at Dandelion's pub, drop off some things there, go into the blacksmith, hopefully get rid of everything else. Then we go back to Ard Skellig and speak to Avalark and tell him we've got everything. That's the plan. Best laid plans and all that. We'll soon find out how this goes.
I serve the eternal fire.
It's getting worse and worse in Novigrad, isn't it? Now they've run out of witches to kill, they're killing everyone else. Anyone that isn't human. Well, 100% human, I should say. Right, so we're getting rid of anything that is relic sword, as a name, because I've got a collection, as you can see. I haven't been doing it with armour, to be fair, mainly because I don't see the point. Yeah, we've got only the Witcher gear we keep. I got We've been picking up a load of arrows recently. Oh, that'll be okay. Right, blacksmith is, well, nearby-ish. Blacksmith, and then we can head back to Avalok. So we want to head, follow this one to the left and keep going left. I'm trying to get this done quickly so we can get onto this mission and get this done. But I also don't want to go there and have no space, as that would be an issue. There's a merchant here, but I don't know if does he buy other stuff? Because again, I don't care about the price.
Open up.
Because we've got, money's not a concern. We've got enough money not to weigh up prices. See, will he buy some of our stuff with us?
What are you offering?
How much money's he got? Oh, he's got plenty of money. I do. The runes take a weight. I do. This is why I probably have an issue with weight, the amount of runes I've got. I'm going to have to look at that. Not now, though. Okay. Get rid of the armour. He hasn't enough money. Can you take that one? He hasn't got enough for the last piece of armour. How much does he need? 242. I kind of need to give him 240. If I give him 240, he can then buy it off me. But he's a merchant, so I can't do anything other than sell to him. And he doesn't want the money, so... Okay.
See you.
Although I suppose I could have... What's he got to sale? I could buy a load of rubbish off him for crafting and things, and might work. And the one I've not even looked at saddles actually, because we gained a load of saddles, didn't we, for Roach? We got all this stuff for Roach. They all have a weight to them as well. You know, normal saddle. That's got a big weight to it, actually. 6, 5. Oh wow, they've all got massive weight to them. I didn't realise they all had a weight. I've been collecting these saddles. I should be sticking them in my chest, I think. Might do that on the way back in a sec. I'm just looking what he's got here that I can get rid of. And that I can buy, potentially, to give him some money. Winestone will do. I need to give him about 242, wasn't it? I don't know if I've got these books or not. Let's do that. Definitely got enough money now. Should now be able to sell him the final bits and pieces we had, or the final bit, and then we can crack on. There you go. I've lost money, but the only way of getting rid of stuff now is to do that sometimes when no one else got money. Thanks for liking those, that's appreciated. Right, if we head back, if I'd known they had, if I'd known all the other stuff had weight to it, I would have stored it a long time ago, but I never knew saddles had weight. I didn't even look, to be fair, I didn't think about it. Head to the right, and then we should see the pub coming up. Let's quickly go and stick all them saddles in the stash, because we don't need them. I don't even change the trophy on our horse's back, because we don't need to. Right, stash. Got enough swords in here, I didn't even think about saddles. So, store that, store that, store that. Obviously, if any of these are better than what we're using, we'll need to swap it out. But actually, I don't think they're going to be. No. 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 The trophies have got a weight to them. The trophies have even got a weight. Wow, look how much space weight-wise we've got now. Just by stashing all our stuff. That's the one that's currently on. No, that's a froglet. Can't do anything with that one, strangely. We've got the Katakan trophy currently on. Not that it matters. I haven't actually looked at what bonuses these give. I've just put whatever's last one on. Or let it do its own thing. I haven't really changed them, to be fair, but they all have a weight as well. Can't store that one, which tells me there's probably a mission we need to hand in somewhere. Okay, that's all the trophies gone, and that is a lot of weight back. If I'd known that sooner, that would have been a handy thing to know, just because we just would have done it a lot sooner and a lot more weight back to us. Right, we can now fast travel back to Kraken Crate's land and then go and see Avallac'h. That is the plan. So world map, Skjalls, and
the king of the Wild Hunt sailed aboard the Naglfar.
So with half an hour to drink left, hopefully there may even be some missions before this mission. But we don't know, so we'll see how it goes. So we can extend a little bit, but if we don't have to, it'll be better, because tablet's kicking and I get really drowsy really quickly. And if I can avoid that, the better. That's a weird thing about my sleep pattern. I've talked about it in several update videos and stuff. Tablets will make me drowsy, and I do then start becoming drowsy and go to sleep, but then it's the constant waking up. If something touches my foot even a little bit, that wakes me up because it doesn't like it. Yeah, it's just, there's nothing. And then the back starts spasming, and yeah, need a decent night's sleep without something waking me up, but it's not going to happen. Nearly 3 years down the line, still not sleeping. Right, here we go. Let's speak to Avallac'h.
We looked around your laboratory.
I never doubted you would. But why
Avallac'h knew we'd go there.
You just asked me.
To hear you reveal all about your experiments with the Elder Blood gene? Unlikely.
I've hidden nothing that could be useful.
So I normally would speak to him because that's what we need to do, but they're talking about us going to his laboratory.
You're all aware Ciri is exceptional. I am alone only in knowing to what extent.
Still don't trust him though.
You're just obsessed with
no matter what, I do not trust him. Don't mean can't need that thing about being obsessed. Right, let's speak to Avallac'h.
Yes, Geralt.
Okay, we've got 3 things to say to him, and then we're done. Sunstone.
Once we use the Sunstone, what makes you think Eredin won't figure things out? I doubt he'll think the elves of the White Fleet suddenly long to see him.
We can alter the signal emitted by the Sunstone. Unlikely Eredin will recognize its origin. It's not the only artifact to possess this power.
There are others? Great. Now mind telling me why I had to scour Skellige looking for this one?
Could have told us there was more than one.
The easiest to find,
oh, it's the easiest one to find, was it? Okay. Laboratory, we just heard him speak to Yennefer about this.
I trust you did not make a mess.
Didn't mention you were the NL Elves' chief source of knowledge about Ciri's abilities.
I didn't mention many things. Fortunately, they're no longer important.
Your experiments with the gene, Elder Blood, that's not important.
I pursued those studies to protect Ciri. To protect Lara Dorren's blood, in whomever's veins it courses.
I ran into someone at your lab.
Ran into someone at your lab?
Did you know?
Mm-hmm. A she-elf. Claimed you hate Ciri. So how's that fit you trying to protect her, whatever the cost?
Not at all. You don't really expect me to confess my feelings to you, do you?
No, actually I don't.
You imprisoned Ciri the first time you met her. Now you protect her while fighting against your own kind. Quite an about-face.
First of all, I did not imprison her. She found me. It was her destiny.
Yeah, sure.
Still don't trust him.
Second of all, why are you helping her?
Because she is a danger. A mortal one. You look at her and see a human, a ward, a daughter even. I look and see the Elder Blood. A power that can destroy the world. A power that must be kept from Eredin's power-addled hands at all costs. Admittedly, our motives differ. Yet in spite of that, we share a goal. So, you would be wise to trust me. Or at least try.
He's got a point, to be fair, although I don't trust him. At the same time,
tell me something more about Caranthir. Know him well?
Know him? I reared him.
Raised, don't you mean?
No, Geralt. I began shaping him long before he was born. For centuries, I brought together pairs of elves manifesting certain abilities, those able to manipulate time and space. He is the result of these efforts. Caranthir, a golden child. Golden child who grew up to be a criminal.
Yeah, it didn't quite go so well, did it?
Charming world you and Elle have got. Could easily fall in love with the place. Tell me, how do you do it? Sit around playing flute, painting rutting unicorns and gorgeous landscapes, building ornately sculpted towers? And then you murder us, without batting an eye, without a hint of guilt. How?
Do you humans feel guilt when you murder Enshe elves? Or dwarves? Or dryads?
We are the same. Simply because we both firmly believe others are inferior.
It does speak
From the look of things,
some
pretty
points
soon
that are
Ciri won't need
you
your
can't
help
really
anymore.
argue with, to be fair.
Nor yours.
True. She'll do whatever she wants, and I'll support her. What about you? Ready to let her live her own life?
I shan't force her to do anything if that's your question.
Still trusting.
Margarita any better?
I managed to accelerate tissue regeneration.
She's feeling much better. In fact, we must bring Eredin here as soon as possible. Otherwise, I'm afraid these sorceresses of yours will start fighting amongst themselves.
Yeah, they don't all get on. Right, we're ready. We can go to Unvik.
We found the Sunstone.
Gelban's gift to Dillion of the White Fleet. As legend has it, she never used the stone, and Gelban died of sorrow.
Won't keep Eredin waiting that long.
It seems we've everything. We can go. Keep in mind, once we commit, there'll be no returning.
Okay, we're ready to go. The reason that he said that is because if there's any missions you want to do beforehand, you need to do them first. We've done every mission under the story level all the way through this, so we should be good. We did have an occasion we lost a mission or two because of a main story mission we did before doing them side missions, and it is possible. I won't know what we lose until it says we've lost it, so we'll see what happens.
I'm ready. High time we set sail.
Just hoping. We've got about 20 minutes left.
In that case,
either we can save as we go on this bit, or it doesn't take 20 minutes, but I don't know. But I think this is one of the final main story quests, would be my guess, the way the story's flowed. It would make sense that it is. So if any of them pops up and says we failed it, if it says we failed, it's because we didn't do it before doing the story. As I say, we missed out on a couple of missions because of it. People got killed in a certain bit, and because of that we lost 2 missions, I think it was. But this is the thing, if you're playing it naturally, you're going to lose some missions because the choices matter. That's the thing. Okay, that worries me. I know it says loading, but it's still a bit of a worry when it says loading and nothing's happening. Still says loading. Don't tell me it's crashed. Mainly because I also don't know when we last saved it. I think it's before we got rid of all our gear. That's working. So the PlayStation button's working, but nothing's happening with the game. That's really annoying. The problem is, if to restart the game, I have to come out, and if I come out of the game, we lose the stream ends. But yeah, nothing's working. I've got a feeling the game crashed. That's really annoying, because as I say, I don't really know where we last were. Yeah, I don't know when the last manual save was. Which is my concern. I think the game's crashing us. I know the music's still playing. I don't know if you can see it because of our logo being bottom right corner, but it just says loading, but it's not moving or anything. So I think the game's crashed. As I say, my concern is obviously I don't know where the last save point was. And also, to come out of the game to restart the game, we've got to end the stream because it will end automatically if I just do it. So we're going to have to end tonight's stream a little bit early. It's only 10-15 minutes early. There's no point in me restarting the stream for 10-15 minutes. That's the thing. Otherwise, I would. I don't know what. I think we've just got a game crash. It's just not seeming to want to do what it's meant to do. What I'll do is I'll try and get back to before we speak to Avalark again before next Saturday evening stream. At least that sets us back up if their save point is so far back. I think. Yeah, I kind of. Well, it may have auto saved after we completed the missions and stuff, so that might have helped. You want us to wait? I'll wait a minute. But yeah, I think the game has truly crashed. I'm hoping it auto saved when we complete battle preparations. That's my hope, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, the schedule comes out tomorrow as always. 1 PM GMT is the scheduled video, and 8 PM GMT is the scheduled community post. Tells you what's happening next week. We're still struggling with evening streams. We'll be back next Saturday for more Witcher. But other than that, there are no more evening streams this week. I'm still struggling. I'm streaming in the morning. I'm struggling by the evening. So until I can get that, I want to try and reintroduce evening streams starting the following week. Maybe one extra a week, and then kind of bump it back up again. But I'm aware that I can't push it too much. Otherwise, we just end up going backwards, and I don't want to do that. We are having Wednesday off again as well, as that worked quite nicely this week. It gave me a chance to rest the back and all that kind of stuff. So that kind of helped. Yeah, go ahead. I'll tell you if I won't answer it. Obviously, depends what it is, but yeah, I'll say if I'm not happy answering it. Don't worry. So the schedule's out tomorrow. We are back on Monday morning with Dying Light 2. After we did 2 streams last week, so we continue that on. That is our main live stream game until, well, hopefully we get it done just before Assassin's Creed Mirage releases, and we do Mirage on release. I'm hoping we get Mirage finished before Spider-Man 2 releases, and everything falls into place. Once Spider-Man 2 is started, we'll start the vote for next live stream game. As the vote will be on you guys to decide what's next. There's plenty of games I want to look at, things that people have been asking for. So plenty of choices going to be there once we start Spider-Man 2. And then I'm also looking at Avatar in December, playing that on release as well. So yeah, there's plenty of choice. It's just you guys will decide what's after Spider-Man 2. But yeah, we should have a bit of time before Avatar releases. It does look pretty good, to be fair. So I'm looking forward to having a look at that. As long as no more delays, obviously. But there's, other than Mirage, Spider-Man 2 and Avatar, there's nothing else this year I'm looking at and going, I really want to play that. There's a few things that have come out and I'm thinking, oh, that'd be quite good, but I'm not planning to do anything else on release unless you guys suggest something and we think it's a good idea. But currently, as it stands, there's nothing else I've seen or heard about that's coming out this year that's I think is worth looking at on release as it stands. So we'll see what happens there. I'm a bit annoyed this crash. I was hoping to get some of this final mission done, but it wasn't to be, unfortunately. But yeah, massive thanks to everyone for the support recently. It was a tough summer, to be fair, followed by a tough week and a bit going back in the streaming again. And it wasn't the streams itself that made it tough. It's just physically tough. But we continue on. We persevere. We try and do what we can. I'm just glad you guys are so understanding, I think is the right word. But the reason I'm not doing evening streams recently is because I don't want to cancel anything. So I don't want to plan one, and then it comes to the afternoon, I'm struggling massively physically. I don't want to have to say, oh, can't do it. Is it good to have entertainment? Seriously, I'm not answering that at all. There is no way I'm answering that. This is. I know it's late in the evening for me. It's like 11:15 at night. But we have people of all ages in the chat. There is no way I'm answering that. If anything, I'd delete that before I delete it. Because, yeah, we don't have things like that in the chat. But I'll do it. Right, that is it for this evening. Thank you all very much. Much appreciated for joining us. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the views, and the conversation. Apologies for the game crashing. We will hopefully pick this up next Saturday and have no issues. I'm really hoping our save isn't that far back. I'm really praying for an autosave. But thank you very much. We're back Monday morning for Dying Light 2. So 8:30 AM Monday morning is the next stream. But thank you all very much for joining us. Thank you, for, as I say, for the likes, the comments, the views, and the conversation. We'll see you again in a live stream very soon. Till then, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you soon. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.